We back.
Hey, yup. Are you serious?
Is back, man. We've been some deadbeats to y'all. No, it's been a while, and then we sincerely apologize. But yeah, we back. But we want to say Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year for sure.
Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all all set y'all New Year resolutions and y'all quote unquote goals. But as Are You Serious? We here to tell y'all don't call it a goal or a resolution. Call it a task.
Call it a task.
Claiming to do.
Yeah.
And John, if you don't mind, kind of deliberating the difference between a goal and a task.
See, the goal thing I feel like it's cool. Like people, we all grew up like saying we was gonna set goals or set a certain thing that we was gonna achieve or something like that. But I feel like goals, to a certain extent, they set you up in a bad position. Like say you don't achieve that goal or something that you said that you was gonna achieve. Like one thing, you putting yourself in a barrier, or you putting yourself at an emotional disadvantage if you don't achieve that goal. A lot of people are not really emotionally strong, so it's like you don't achieve that goal. Exactly. Your whole S word is blown. Like you don't want to, you give up, and that's where you get to like being depressed or something like that. But all that stuff will come with discipline. Mm-hmm. But like setting a task, setting a task, it's like
you don't got a choice.
It's not about a thought. It's not about a thought. It just is like
do that.
A task. Like in the morning, I get up for the next day. I write a task for the day that's coming up. So like, it's not that I like this is what I plan. Like this is what I plan to achieve, or like this is what I say. Like this is what I think I can achieve. No, it's like it's what I got. It's a task. It's like it's not done. Like it's not done until it's done. Like it's a task. I gotta finish the task.
Yeah,
so
think about it like this: if your parent tell you like your chores to do, or like a task, like they telling you gonna do this, you gotta do it.
Right.
I think you should, or if you can, or
you gotta do it.
You don't got a choice.
You gotta do the task.
So always pick tasks over goals. Don't put limitations in your life, and always excel. So that's the word for today, man.
So yeah, this episode is more strictly towards discipline. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said it earlier. So what would you say that discipline really is to you?
Well, this is the thing. When you think about discipline, you can think about it in two different ways.
Yeah.
You got self-discipline,
right,
and discipline in itself. And I was on this website, and they was telling me the difference between self-discipline and what discipline actually is.
Right.
So it says self-discipline means the locus of control is inside the person, while discipline is enforced by others. The locus of control is outside the person.
Right.
So when you say self-discipline, that's when you're disciplining yourself. You're doing things inside of you to control your life and not letting other outside forces dictate that. But with other discipline, think about it like your parents or a teacher at school. They're disciplining you because, let's say, you didn't do your work or you got a bad grade. Now they're enforcing discipline to you. Right. So to have self-discipline, to be able to manage yourself in a proper manner and to manage yourself in the right manner, is better than having to somebody else to do it. Now I'm gonna be real. My dad always tell me even more recently, he has said, "Well, discipline yourself so I don't have to."
Right.
So it's just like take care of what you got to take care of, so I don't have to do it for you, which is gonna be that outside discipline force.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that for sure. Like this, without discipline, is like you're not gonna finish. Like without commitment, you won't start.
Exactly.
Like Denzel said that without commitment, you won't start. Without discipline, you won't finish. So like that whole disciplining yourself thing, it's a thing you have to do if you're gonna reach a certain way of hierarchy or a certain success, because it's like the without discipline, I don't know how to even explain. It's like like you're not gonna make it to the finish line. Like you will stop. Like of course if the commitment is there, you will start. Like you start running stuff like that. You got a good pace or whatnot. Like you have some traction, some motion, progression or whatnot. But like you're in the middle, like it's getting a little tough. Like it's getting a little tough. It's starting to hurt a little bit. Like and you don't have the discipline. That what you call it, mental fortitude. Like you don't have the fortitude or the perseverance to be, you don't be able to get to the finish line and then go even more further. Yeah. That's really perseverance, to really go through the obstacles and to then continue to move. Is like that's what's really like that's what really discipline gets you. Yeah. So like I would say, because you mentioned your dad saying that that you should discipline yourself, so I don't have to discipline you. What's something that you struggle with as far as discipline?
That's a great question.
I think I already know, but I'm just like
don't. So I mean I know throughout the years, even like when I was younger, like I had bad behavior.
Bad boy.
Yeah, I
was a bad boy too. I was a bad boy. We was some bad boys.
Yeah, for real. And I had a terrible anger problem. Yeah. And I had like I was kind of
still got it. All right, go ahead.
I was a little rebellious too.
Yeah.
So I think that comes to discipline too, like being able to discipline your emotions, discipline your feelings,
right,
and like control what you put out,
right,
from what you get in,
right.
Like it'd be something as simple as like a teacher, like they'll irritate me or something like that. Then I will act out of
react.
I will react out of that feeling or that emotion, and I didn't have enough discipline to tell myself, okay, sometimes you just don't have to respond. Even if you feel like you're right in the situation, you don't have to respond all the time, because depending on your response can cause you to get in trouble. And I've gotten in trouble many times.
Yeah.
Just responding to teachers in a certain manner, in a certain tone, in a certain way that caused me to be in trouble, even with the teachers at school and even at home.
Right.
So I think being able to develop that discipline even like made me a better person today, because I'm only 16, but
right.
I've matured myself enough to have that discipline.
We up in
exactly.
People, grown people, they didn't told us we was up there like
we was 25.
25.
Like what? Like don't even that like
shout out Quran, man. Shout out Quran, man. But
what's something that you say you could like struggle with discipline, or something that you find like a bad habit in your life?
I'm gonna say this first. When you think about discipline, it's like very mental. Discipline is one of the most probably like mental things, like for real. Like when it comes to like things that scale your mind of success. You feel me? So
explain that to him.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second, but I'm gonna answer your question. So something I say I struggle with is I struggle with saying no sometimes. You feel me? I struggle with saying no, but also I struggle with partly procrastination. You know, like I know to a certain extent a good majority of my peers and people my age. Shoot,
I could definitely agree. To
people in general just
100%.
procrastinate. Like that's probably one of the biggest things in society, and I'm trying to work on that. Like I heard this David Goggins, you know David.
Oh, I love
David Goggins, man. Strong mindset, very strong mindset. But this thing, he was like, you really want to mess up your brain, like really give your brain some calluses and like make your brain like stronger. Do everything you think about. Like I don't feel like doing it. Do it. Just do it. Like and your brain gonna hurt and be like once you get through it, it's like once you do it, you gonna probably realize that it wasn't even that bad to begin with. So it's like, but just continue to complete them tasks, not goals. Continue to complete them tasks, like, and doing stuff that you don't want to do to get where you want to be is like that's the key. But back to the scale thing about it being very mental. It's like you saying that in the past, like you used to get real angry and not be able to not say this is necessary. Would you say it wasn't controlling your emotions?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so like. The discipline is not just discipline when it comes to work or having motion or something like that. Like, you know, our peers saying stuff like that. It's really having discipline mentally and emotionally to be able to not react to certain things. You always have a reaction, but you don't have to have an action. You feel me? Every episode I come with some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Hey man.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
Hey man, that was a good one. That was a good. Good. That was one of them. That was one of them things. But one of them.
That was one of them things.
Yeah, no, but like, ooh, I was good to be back. It's good to be back, dog.
I'm glad.
It's good to be back.
You pointed out one of your things you struggle with, like with the discipline thing. You said procrastination. I'm really glad you said that. Yeah. Because
this is literally a living testament. This is a living testament to procrastination. Sorry, guys.
We so sorry. Our last episode was Parent versus Kids. Actually, that episode did pretty good. We got good reviews on that.
Yeah,
but
that's our best
episode.
Was
over like 5 months ago, 5 months ago.
We should.
We can't do that no more. We
can't do that one. Can't do that.
We gotta be more consistent.
Way more consistent. We working on a plan.
What happened when you stay consistent?
You won't be wishing.
Don't be wishing for nothing.
I'm Scottie Pippen on my gets the Pistons. See, I'm a bad boy. I had these wish. Hey, that's
consistent, man.
Gotta say consistent.
That's good though. I'm really glad you said that because that really like brought that thought in my mind. When you doing something that when you feel like you can see yourself doing in 5, 10 plus years, and you like holding yourself back from doing it, like it's really nothing outside of me and you was really hindering us from doing this.
Well, we was getting a studio built, but that's not a big excuse. Like it 2 months, but it's 3 months that's wasn't accounted for. So that's all bad. I know y'all been waiting for the ghost to come back. You know, and we here now, but. What was I? I was saying you kind of I can't remember what I was talking about. Back to something. So like emotions is real is connected to the mind and discipline because like of course you always feel something. You always gonna feel something. Every day you feel like we feel some type of way right now. Okay. When people talk to you, people make you feel some type of way, whether it's good or bad. So when people have a bad conversation with you or they speak to you in a way that's not you two really found on. It's like you gotta have that the discipline again, like the discipline and like not have that mental strength to like think before you actually have a action or react. Like think before you have the action back. Like what's gonna happen if I do this?
Like what's gonna be the consequences?
Do I care? Am I capable of this type of stuff, or can I handle what comes with this? How other people look at me. Now, most of the time, it's like a lot of people say they don't care about how people look at them, but for the just everybody to a certain extent, I think some people like in some type of certain way, like people care about what they think. So it's like all those thoughts is like it's key. It's key to having that discipline,
that all doing or down to like having good habits or like
good habits,
pertaining those good habits to get rid of the bad ones. Like when you think,
you already know. Hey, you know where I'm going. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
When you think about habits, like just even in that manner, when you create a good habit of controlling your emotions, controlling your actions to how you react to something, like it all dwindles down to like you said, the mental fortitude. And the ability of having that mental discipline,
right?
And when you having good habits, like your life will always excel higher than it would if you had bad habits,
right?
Now I want to look at it like this: bad habits or something that pertains to have discipline.
Yeah.
I did some research and it said 480,000 people die every year because of smoking, and smoking, drinking, drugs, alcohol, all that stuff is one of the top bad habits people have. Not just in America, but in the world. And I want to compare it to something more on a broader scale, like a sickness or something that you really can't control.
Yeah.
In COVID, it said over 6.2 million people in the world have died because of COVID. Now, when you look at it like this, and that was just in the scale like the past since 2020. Now, when you think about it like this, or how long people have been smoking cigarettes, and even when COVID passes over, people are still going to be smoking cigarettes and buying multiple packs from the gas station, just smoking all the time, and that number is going to keep adding and adding and adding, and it's not going to get less or get better. People just continue to do it. So you take that number 480,000, you multiply that by 5 or 10, it's going to be way higher than the 6 million that passed because of COVID, so that they can't control. So having that good discipline, retaining that bad habit, get rid of the smoking. It's like, okay, now I had that discipline and that fortitude to get through the bad things. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know how I feel about habits. I had this in this building. I had a talk with this life coach. I can't recall her name, but like she was saying, what's the most frequent habit? What's the most frequent habit you think? I just said it. That's debatable. But I said it. What's the most frequent habit you think?
Thinking.
That's right. Like you thinking right now. Like, so it's like the most frequent habit is thinking, and people don't think about how they think. People don't people don't. I'm on a road today. People don't think about building good habits about the way they think. Thinking is a habit. So it's like if it's a habit, it can be bad or good. You know, you can't have bad without good. You can't have bad without good without bad. Bad with good without bad. So like you gotta make sure you ground in your thoughts. That's why people say ground your thoughts in the morning and stuff like that, because the habit of thinking is super free. You never stop thinking until you're dead. Sleep. Right. Until you die, you're never gonna stop. You always we're thinking right now. Mm-hmm. She thinking right now. Everybody thinking. So it's like develop a good habit of thinking first. Because it all start with a thought. It all start with a thought. So pertaining to discipline is like, think about it. Like, first of all, I know you say like the 30-day method or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta, but it start with the thought. Then you gotta take action. You feel me? And you could touch on more of the action is in the amount of time it takes and stuff like that.
So yeah, with the 30-day method, see, this is the thing. When you create it, and I'm gonna blaze back to myself too.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought up David Goggins earlier too. Yeah. And like he's a very good motivational speaker. He's right. Like he's like hard with it. Like he goes in, he really criticizes you. Yeah. And I start taking cold showers every day, and I've been taking cold showers every day for like the past 2 months. Right. And when you retain a discipline, a good habit of doing so, it retrains your mind in a whole different way.
Calluses.
Oh, that's a good word. And that's not something I would have been able to do in the past, like just consistently every single day. And I was on a website, and it says it takes exactly 66 days, in other words, 2 months to form a consistent, healthy habit. Yeah. So when you're doing something every single day, it's like, okay, now it's like it's just a part of your daily life. It's not even a thought. Exactly. It's and now I find like hot water kind of
it hurt. Not hurt.
It don't hurt. It just don't feel the same. Yeah. Like I wash my hands in cold water. Yeah. I wash my face. I wash my hair. I just do everything in cold water now. It's not that I don't like hot water. It's just like that cold water thing became a part of my life. What I'm used to. And like I was saying, like the 66 days, or in other words, 2 months. It's 12 months in a year, okay? Yeah. And 2 months is only 2 months out of the 12 months in a year. Right. So a lot of people kind of complain about certain things that makes them feel uncomfortable. But you telling them you can't take 2 months out of 12 months in a year to better your life,
better yourself,
to take care of yourself.
That's unfair to yourself.
You being extremely unfair to yourself because you want to just stay in a comfort zone. Yeah. You want to just sit at home and play the game and get your feet kicked up and eating potato chips while you all musty and stuff. But you can't you can't take 2 months out of the 12 months in a year to make your life better for the long run. John, you know what I'm talking about, man. Just sitting up, just looking, just thinking, eating potato chips.
Stop, stop, bro.
Just doing just sitting there, just playing a game, playing Call of Duty. Your room all funky,
fat feet.
Come on, you can't take 2 months out of the 12 months in a year to make your life.
We just started, bro. Happy New Year, man. Like we just started the New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
Y'all somebody get focused in this mug, man, for real. You know. Up, so I want to take you towards something different now. Okay. How you doing today?
See, I'm really glad you asked that. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I'm living, breathing, smiling.
Do you feel like discipline was all what I feel like I already asked that. Do you feel like people without discipline are bad people?
Okay.
Like I want to not that sounds kind of amateur. I want to say, you think people without discipline are like a lot of people without discipline are more the people that play a bad part to society, like as far as crime and stuff like that.
And I'm gonna just say it again. I'm really glad you asked that. I think that people without discipline and don't know how to create good habits and get rid of bad habits, I think they are more detrimental to themselves, than they are to society. And I want to think about, you said like criminals and stuff and crime. I think doing bad things have became their habit. Like they
disciplined
they disciplined themselves to be bad. Like they made themselves be bad boys.
They discipline.
Like they took the time to discipline them.
Let's ground their badness.
Let's say the 2 months I said them 66 days. They took that time out of their year to become bad. not they just bad. Like they just doing bad things.
They develop a habit and a thought and muscle memory of just doing bad stuff.
Exactly. And like you were saying, like just that it all start mental. And that's why I say this more detrimental to themselves. Because when you come into this world, you automatically pure. You haven't sinned, you're not doing anything wrong.
Right.
Like you just have a pure soul. But as you get older, the things you consume in your life and your daily life is what you take in and what you're gonna eventually have to put out. You reap what you sow. So them taking the time to develop that habit of having bad discipline and bad habits is draining themselves mentally, making them bad. They're making them bad, which then they go out and act out in the public.
That reaction, that action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's good for sure. Because I say it like this. So even a thing like porn, that was just a touchy subject,
very touchy subject.
I think again a lot of us can relate to that. You know,
a lot of men. I know. I want to speak.
I want to speak solely for men because I know myself. So it's like, when you actually like, how do you say, like when you take a not a break, but when you stop doing it, you just see like. Think about like reminiscing how it used to be or whatnot, or how you do. You just find that that's like you just
don't find it the same.
It's not found the same.
Yeah. It don't look right. Like just like I was saying with the hot and cold water. I don't find hot water like appealing to myself. It's just different.
You stop for something like your body probably not even gonna react the same way to that. You know, like of course everybody don't have the luxury of just I mean I wouldn't say that. Oh, is that a luxury? Is that a luxury?
Yeah, because not everybody can do that. Like
actually, I mean, whatever. Like you might not be in a physical position to actually be able to do it. So it's like, just because you do that, I feel like a lot of people that don't have that discipline, it's related. Sometimes it can be related to masturbation and them not pornography and stuff like that. That's a big problem.
Yeah, and that is a very touchy subject, and I know a lot of people struggle from it. And I know it's so crazy because I was really just thinking about this when I was in the car on the way to the studio. When I was younger, my mind was so pure. Like I had no like idea of what it meant to be gay, what it meant to be transgender, I didn't know what porn. It's so crazy when you're young, your mind is so pure. You don't know anything. You just live a life in a positive manner.
Which is like you didn't know. We didn't even like we wasn't even exposed to that type of stuff. No, like, these kids now, like for real,
they know everything.
They know everything. They got it right on their
head, just
in a second.
And, bro,
you can click that mug in a second.
Literally, and it show you on Google when you search up anything, whatever you search, it show you get 1.5 million results in 0.07 seconds. Like you can literally just look.
They literally tell you how fast they messing up our brains.
Like they're frying your brain by the hand.
By a millisecond.
About a millisecond.
About a millisecond. Like,
so crazy.
Of course, it's nothing wrong with being those ways. Like if you gay, transition, by non-binary, like all those different what do you call them identifications. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just the fact that like. When you come into this world, period, you don't know. Honestly, you still don't really find yourself and really know yourself to a certain age. So, especially at the beginning, the toddlers, the infants, and the adolescents, like the adolescent age, it's like to push a certain agenda, whatever it is, straight, gay, whatever it is, like, and not let you figure out what you are, just yourself. And you just see stuff because we already had this conversation about influences. Where how influences can get in front of what you could be and make you want to try something because of what you've seen. Alter something. So I like it's unfair for children to have that message or that image portrayed to them like
in their young lives. So I think a lot of people when they're young that they see so much different things. It's like okay. It like you said, it just alters their mind. Yeah. Like I wonder how I wonder how we would be if we would have never had a phone or technology wasn't real or social media. Like I wonder how we would have turned out because you know social media could can positively affect people.
Yeah, and negative. We already we already
so
did
I
this.
think in a way it definitely positively affected us. Yeah. We see how other people's lives was living through social media. It's like okay, I don't want my life to be like that. So
yeah.
What can I do to make my life better? What habits can I pertain or how can I develop those habits to get myself in a situation? Now, speaking on how I can develop the habits, I have a 6-step guide on how to develop habits and how to maintain them. Yeah. Okay, so this is how to create a habit. So step 1, start simple.
Right.
Don't like set a task. This is the task. Yeah. So don't put yourself in such of a wide spectrum goal or wide spectrum task
that you can't achieve. That you can't
achieve.
That's gonna set you up for that disappointment.
That disappointment. So it's like be simple with yourself. Don't do too much. And I could just relate to this. You know, we took our NWEA testing the other day in school. Yeah. And I just told you how disappointed I was in myself because I didn't meet my task that I set. Right. So the last time I took the test, I got a 239. Right. And my systematic goal that they set for me was a 241. Right. So seeing that, I feel like I could do better. So I set a task for myself to get a 245 on the test. And I met the systematic goal, which is the 241, but I didn't meet my self-task. And because I wasn't starting simple, I was trying to overachieve at the time. So in my mind, I overloaded. I did too much. So when I didn't achieve it, I was sad. Like I felt bad about myself. Right. So and I just go to show like start simple. You don't have to do too much in a too little amount of a time. Just start simple. Yeah. Like just start simple.
Yeah, and that was still, regardless of the fact, it was still growth.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Feel me? Yeah. It's just not where you want it to be, but like, you know, you don't have to trip on where you going, when you at where you supposed to be already. You feel me? Like it was saying like this is where you're supposed to be, you know, and you grew from that. So it's like it's still growth, but at the same time, it's not like it's not what I want. It's not what I want. Yeah, it's just not what you wanted. And but you achieved that on another one, didn't you?
Yeah. On my other test,
talk about that.
Yeah, so this is the thing. In my other class, we did math. The first one was reading. I set a task to myself to get a 249. Right. The first time I got a 240, which was like in the fall. Yeah. So my spring goal was 249. So I set a task to myself. I'm gonna get to a 249. Right. Which was right in that. So exactly, this is the thing. The systematic goal they set for me was a 249 as well. Right. But so I set a task to myself at 249 because I seen what I did on the last. I was like, okay, let me like be a little more chill, be a little more simplistic to see what I can do. And being simplistic, I met my task, right? Because I was being more simplistic, and I set myself that time, that little space to have a little failure and just accept it. And I didn't do too much, so I would be disappointed.
Exactly. Yeah. There's another one.
So step 2, remind yourself. Like I know I see all your phone all the time. You have set reminders. Yeah. Like just saying things to just remember, just like stay consistent.
Trying to get that the discipline, trying to get that habit going so the discipline develops.
Like you have no choice but to have it instilled in your mind. Yeah. You always remind yourself, always keep doing it, and always have something to let you know. Step 3, stay consistent. Stay consistent.
Stay consistent. You're gonna be wishing.
Stay consistent. You're gonna be wishing, man. If you always just stay on your goal, that consistency
task,
exactly. I'm sorry. That consistency will birth your motivation. So you just stay consistent. You're gonna be wishing. Or number 4, get a buddy, get a friend. Yeah. Here I have John. He always, you know.
Here I have Josh. He always.
We keep each other.
We keep each other
sane, going,
flowing,
growing. You feel me? So keep a buddy, keep somebody always with you. Number 5, form a trigger. Something that you know, always get you triggered to do whatever you want to do, whether it's smoking, pornography, masturbation, anything. Know what that trigger is that gets you. Stay away from it. Just don't do it. Stay away from it. Stay far away from it.
So that's like, I didn't mean to stop you. Oh, so that's just like being self-aware. Exactly. Like you know, like being in this environment, like a lot of times separate yourself from the environment that's gonna put you in a position to want to do the bad. What's holding you back? So yeah,
most definitely. Okay. And lastly, replace lost needs. Number 6, replace lost needs. So whatever that feeling that whatever your habit was gave you, replace that with something else. Right. Rather that be riding the bike or driving or eating some cereal, just whatever. Replace that lost need of getting that dopamine feeling of that smoking or whatever.
That quick high.
Exactly. Whatever it is, replace that lost need. And when you do that, it's always going to be more beneficial for you in the long run because you're not doing the things that are more detrimental to you but are more beneficial to you in the long run. So yeah.
No, it's like I have to do a shout out for sure. Like to the people that's this one right here. Yep. To the people that's actually trying, like I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times discipline, it's not, I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to really doing stuff that you should be doing, a lot of people don't do that. So for the people that's actually trying and getting it done, because I never hate on nobody for trying. You feel me? So the people that's trying and really trying to get the discipline going and creating good habits as we speak right now, shout out to y'all. Like I'm proud. I'm proud. Like even though the people that don't even know, like I'm talking to y'all, like all y'all. Like we as all you serious, we proud of the people that's trying, because we trying just like y'all, you know. And I feel like like I say, energy is transfer, you know. Like all those good people and all the bad people trying to come good. Like all that energy in the universe all bundles up to making the world better anyway, you know. Like I'm sure you feel like it's more undisciplined people than disciplined. Oh, 100%. But so all the people that's trying though, like shout out to y'all. Like we can't cap on y'all. You know, you can't really you know do nothing, stun on y'all. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. So I know you was speaking about like the disappointment and failure thing. Mm-hmm. I was in the car with a particular friend of mine. Well, not a friend, a significant other. Okay. You know, I was talking to her and I told her I apologized to her for something that happened. And I was like, because I failed. She was like, no, I wouldn't call it a failure, you know. She was like, I mean, you know, you might have had a setback, or you might not achieve what you wanted to achieve at that moment, at that time. It's like, but it's not a failure. Don't call it a failure. Like, maybe you just had a mistake. Like, you know, just fix it, you know. And I thought about it, you know, my wild self. So I had to sit back for a second, you know. You're right. It's not a failure. Like, of course I messed up. Like, I might have wasted a little bit of time, even though time is real important. Very valuable. It's real valuable. But to have a she said it was a lesson. She said it was a lesson. I learned the lesson. You know, I wasn't prepared for the situation that happened, and I apologize for that. So she said it's a lesson. You know, I sat back. I was like, you're right. It's not a failure. It was a lesson. Mm-hmm. It's only failure. Lessons. Failure is inside of a lesson. Exactly. But it's only true failure is when you had a lesson you didn't learn from. You didn't have any type of get no wisdom from. You didn't learn from. That's true failure. When you've had a lesson taught through failure, multiple little failures to equate to the ultimate idea of actually failing. Like I'm actually a failure. You know?
That's good, and that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Your significant other, she made a very good point.
She dope. She
made a very good point. Like that failure thing, people have a false identification of failure.
Right.
They think they fail and they just like, oh, my life is over, it's done. Like,
right. Failure is not bad. I will tell you that.
Except failure.
Failure is not bad.
Except failure. And like just think about failure like this. Like think about this. People think failure is like having like a lack of courage or like getting cheated on, just like that. Like you didn't fail, you just learned something. Like you just take what you learned in that situation, and now you know what to do for going forward. Now you know what to do.
So, failure is when your mind control you and you don't control your mind. That's a true failure.
Why you keep giving all these quotes? Do they need to hear all these quotes you just dropping?
Man, bro, I'm just dropping.
Do they deserve
put my name on these too? Put my name on it.
Y'all deserve it, man.
You can't control your mind control you. That's true failure. That's true. You want another one?
Hey, what's up? Give me another one.
I ain't that wise.
Oh,
I ain't not yet. I was just friendly. I ain't that wise. Something might come to me. You know, I got to sit back for a second.
You been doing your thing, though.
Yeah, my big one.
You doing your
my little big one. Yeah.
But no, though, did say, hey, look, to stay disciplined, create good habits, and get rid of bad, get rid of bad habits. And I want to say one last thing, and this is how you can develop a good habit. And this is one thing everybody hates. Everybody hates doing this, and I don't know why. Well, actually, I know why. But make your bed every morning. Like, some people just think about it like this. Why make my bed if I'm about to come home and get right back in it?
Okay.
It's like, I get it. And
this guy.
It just
go ahead, bro.
There's something about making your bed every morning that just people just hate, and I hate it too. You get a look at this guy. He just want to cover his ears, and not listen to what I'm saying. Go, open your ears. Move your hands.
You done?
No, I'm not done. But just make your bed every morning. When you make your bed every morning, that develops a discipline that you wouldn't get anywhere else. This is something you repeating it every single day, over and over again. You develop a habit. Something as simple as making your bed. Everybody hate it, but hey, it is what it is. How you feel about that, man? You hate it. I could just tell by your face. You just hate it.
So yeah, I while that works for some people, I don't think it's not my prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this: the way my brain works is a very different wiring to it. I think I got one of the like the most different wires to my brain ever. You know, everybody's brain is different. You know, some people have issues with it. Some people have special needs and all this different stuff. Right. Not to say that's bad. It's like I might even be special. I'm not sure, but like the way my brain thinks, it's just like you said. I just think about stuff in like some type of I think about my room and like royalty, like as like a kingdom. Okay. So it's like a kingdom is where in a
castle.
So it's like I think about my castle. Like if I get my castle, I get up, I get dressed or whatnot. I'm just okay. The castle messed up. It's down. So I get up and I'm about to fix the castle. Back to just to be back in that mug in 8 hours and build the castle all the way back up. Because I think sleep is very, you know how important sleep is. Like so, it's like all my stuff, all my stuff is in that bed. All the energy, all this different stuff, all the stuff that make the castle. It's like I just keep breaking this castle down to build it back up, to break it back down, to build it back up. And I don't like the idea of just continuing to knock down something I made. So like, of course. If I'm cleaning my room, I want the room before I take that little picture to show my mom so I can go somewhere, you know, because she'll tell me like that I can't go nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere for that. That room ain't clean.
Yeah, so I have to get the picture. So of course I'm gonna do the bed, like you know, that's a given, have to. But like just every single day, like some days I might like you know let me just do the bed, you know. And I actually now I think about it, don't take that from me. Like that might be maybe part of my problem where I have some type of some issues with discipline, but I just don't like that idea of that, you know. So, hey, make your beds, guys. Don't do drugs, kids.
Guys, don't be like John. Actually, be like John. Just make your bed. Just try it. Just you know.
John doesn't make his bed.
Yeah, but you know. So I struggle with it too, but it's okay.
You make your bed every day?
No.
Oh no!
I try.
Yeah. No, you give it effort. I can't. You know, I can't. You know, I can't front.
Every single day, just you know, it just don't work. But you know, this is Are You Serious podcast, and it wouldn't be Are You Serious if it wasn't a
Are You Serious moment.
So you got something funny today, man?
Okay.
I know that face. Oh Lord,
this is crazy.
Let me hear it.
Explanation mark. Gay couple is being charged with molesting their adopted sons and also pimping them out to a pedophile ring via shade room.
Say that one more time.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Exclamation mark. Gay couple is being charged with molesting their adopted sons and also pimping them out to a pedophile ring via the shade room.
I see. I feel like it ain't really nothing much to say about it. It ain't really nothing much to say. That is terrible. I don't want to see that no more. This is a problem in itself. Our last episode was about parents and kids, and we know how parents treat kids, and that's on a whole different level. That's
beyond. That's not a level.
That's not even that.
It's a broke skit.
What spectrum? Like what spectrum is that?
It ain't a spectrum.
It's on its own, and it's nothing wrong with being in the same sex marriage. Like if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. That's
whatever help you find peace and makes you happy. Do that.
Your idea of love is your idea of love. Just love, but don't bring that onto your children and then put them in a ring of pedophilia. And like what? Like that's sad. That's sick. And I think that they must have some demons in their head they struggling with. That ain't. Y'all gonna see these pictures of these people on the screen when we upload this. Y'all gonna see. Jesus Christ. You know what, guys, just keep your same head. Be serious. Love life.
Let's rate that one.
Not serious. That is terrible.
Order.
Yeah, don't do that. But, no monkey business. None of that. So, hey, man.
I'm 313. John.
I am GVO. Josh. Hey, I want to show y'all something. You know, I know y'all see this hoodie I got on. Hey, this is Felice. You made it, man. Someday we'll all be free, man. Yeah. Hey, tap in, man. We love y'all.
Tell him to come out with the hoodies because this is actually a 101. It's no other hoodie like this.
Yeah.
There's no other hoodie that
in the world.
Yeah, he only got one. So tell him stop bull crapping and come out with him. Tell him talk to whoever he got to talk to his manufacturer, talk to God, talk to Jesus, talk to Allah, talk to somebody. Get him out. We don't want to.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Make that a task.
It's a task.
All right, it's on. It's said and done. Right.
GVO Josh.
313 John.
REC's Podcast, episode 10. Hey, that was Big 10.
That was 10? That's 9.
Oh, that's 9?
Give me a hand.
I'm sorry. We out, man. We love y'all.
All you see is media, all you see is podcast, all you see is page. You know what it is.
We love y'all, man. Stay disciplined. Good habits.